And it's time for another Tom and Shane podcast, video, whatever, whatever you want to call it. And we're happy to be here with you today, tomandshane.com. And we are, today we're going to talk about 3 ways to make your business advertising work. 3 ways to make your business advertising work. And as we all know, I think advertising does work. It works pretty well, all things considered. So, getting your word out there is the principal item that we want to talk about today. So, we'll dive right into that, of course. And where we want to start, of course, as I mentioned before. There are 3 ways. Well, there's a lot more than 3 ways, obviously, to make your advertising work, but we're going to deal with 3 kind of things that a lot of people make mistakes with. So we're going to start there. And the first place we want to go is that we have to understand the first rules of advertising. There's actually 2. I put the advertising rule to remember, but there are actually 2 rules that you need to remember. First rule is when emotion and logic come in conflict, emotion always wins. And the second rule is that you never, ever advertise anywhere unless there's at least a 75% expectation that the ad is going to produce more than it costs. Advertising must always be an investment. It can never be an expense. It may feel like an expense when you're writing the check, but as long as it's producing more customers who are buying more than the ad is costing you, then that ad is productive. And that's what we want to concentrate on in all of our advertising efforts, is that we're reaching the right people with the right message and doing everything correctly so that we will always be in the right place at the right time. Okay. So strategy number 1, a lot of folks, if you're using an advertising agency, a lot of people think, well, I'll go to the advertising agency that's won the most awards. And awards are fine, for your advertising, but if the advertising doesn't produce, then it really doesn't matter what the award was or what that's great for the advertising agency, but it's not so good for you. So I'm not telling you not to go to a professional. Obviously, if you have the dollars and cents to go to a professional, then do it. But in many cases, you're going to be relegated to someone at the newspaper who's going to design your ad, somebody at the radio station is going to help you write it up, or somebody at the TV station is going to create it for you. And that's the way it usually goes. But make sure that your advertising does the 2 rules that we talked about earlier. It has to have something emotional in it, something that will make me, it's not what you say, it's what you make me feel is the important thing. What do you make me feel? If I need tires, I'm flipping through the paper looking for tire ads, oh boy, tires are on sale. Well, they're probably on sale 365 days a year, but I'm not going to look at those tire ads because I don't need tires. But what if you had an ad that made me go out in my driveway and look at my tires? Now that would be a good ad. So I didn't know I needed tires, but the ad made me go out in the driveway and look at my tires and decide that I do. So that may be a good strategy to advertise. So awards aren't everything. Just make sure that your ad communicates with your customer directly. That's the most important part of any advertising. Strategy number 2, loud and proud. Well, if you ever seen a car ad, in many cases, they're out there screaming at you in the car ads, the car TV ads. That seems to be a an industry standard there that they're one of the ones that are going to yell at you, or some of the products they sell on TV that repair holes or repair your gutters or whatever. There's a lot of sometimes a lot of yelling in that as well. But uh, again, loud and proud is great, but make sure that you're communicating with the customer. If everybody else is loud and you're loud with them, then there's a good chance your ad is just going to be overlooked. Whether you're yelling in print with big headlines, or whether you're yelling on TV or yelling on the radio, whatever. If everybody else is doing the same thing, the listeners and viewers will just tune out and not pay that much attention to your ad. So loud and proud, nothing wrong with that, but why not do something a little more, something that will attract more attention. One way to do that is to write your ad like it's a story in the paper. It doesn't have, pictures and, big headlines and bullet points and things like that. It looks more like, you need a catchy headline, obviously, but, make your ad look, because that's what people do, is they read the paper for the articles. The ads are just there, to, in case you see something that you need or want, then you get to go after that. But many cases, a ad that looks like an article, now they'll put advertisement at the top in small letters of your article, but a lot of people are going to dismiss that or not even read it, and they're going to look at your catchy title and they're going to read about what your ad is, and that may bring some people to you. So by all means, don't dismiss that out of hand. Let's see. Number 3, it's not about you. It's not about you, folks. How long you've been in business, whatever it is, how many awards you've won, all of those things. Those are really, there's very few customers that are going to say, wow, they've won a lot of awards, so I'm going to go down and buy from them. Again, mostly the advertising is going to be, it's not about you, how long you've been in business, how great you are, how wonderful you are, all those things. What's going to come down to the bottom line is that you are, that what you're going to do for the customer, that emotion. How do you make that customer feel with your ad? How is that going to work? So those are the 3 strategies that we want to talk about today. And keep in mind, I'll rephrase the last 2 rules of advertising. When emotion and logic come in conflict, emotion always wins. So how did your ad make me feel? Do I feel that I've been helped by getting a new set of tires? Am I helped by getting a great birthday cake? Am I helped by getting a comfortable pair of shoes? Whatever it is. And that's what we want. That's what we want our advertising to do. And of course, we don't want to spend money on advertising that's not being effective. So never advertise anywhere unless there's at least a 75% expectation that the ad is going to produce more than it costs, and you'll be fine. So adhere to these 3 rules, and your advertising should make a great a lot of customers come through your door. So, all right, that's going to wrap it up for us, and we will see you in the next video.